These are the coins that are making big money for investors right now. Can these crypto narratives last? How long can they last, and what is coming next? First, let's start off by talking about liquid staking coins. Now, these are coins like Lido Finance, which has pumped up big time in recent weeks, as well as other liquid staking coins such as Rocket Pool and Frax Shares. The big focus around this conversation has been around Ethereum staking in particular, and the coming unlock event for staked Ethereum, which is coming up in March. So that's about 4 to 8 weeks away from where we are right now. Of course, unless that event gets delayed, which can happen in Ethereum world, but it seems like it's going to be going ahead in March. Now, non-Ethereum liquid staking coins have not seen the same kind of hype that those names I just mentioned have. So we're really talking about these coins and the Ethereum staking narrative when we're having this conversation about liquid staking derivative coins right now. My feeling here is that these coins could continue to rally into the hype around the Ethereum Shanghai upgrade coming in March, and then we could actually end up seeing a sell the news event coming in afterwards, which is pretty typical when we see these really big tech upgrades happening, particularly around Ethereum. I mean, what incentives is there actually to hold any of these coins when the hype dies down, to not take profits on that pump? I don't see much personally. These are mostly just governance tokens. They don't pay you a yield for holding the token. They don't give you fee discounts or any kind of privileged access. Basically, they're just worthless tokens to the average user. What do I mean by that? Well, let's say you have 10,000 Lido tokens. That's gonna set you back about 20 grand. That's a serious amount of money right there. That's gonna buy you 0.00002% of the supply and thus of the voting power in the Lido Finance DAO. Governance is done by teams, it's done by VCs, and it's done by whales. It's not done by you and your 20 grand. So don't forget to book profits when the tides change. Next, let's talk about AI coins. They have mostly had huge runs this year. Fetch AI, The Graph, Ocean Protocol, all these coins did really well. A lot of that narrative, of course, is based off of the hype around ChatGPT that got valued at $30 billion. Microsoft looking to take half the company. And the AI hype, I think, is really well deserved. AI is going to change most people's lives in more ways than we can actually really even imagine at this point. But for most of us, it's pretty hard to actually invest in good AI companies, but anyone anywhere can ape into AI coins. However, much like metaverse coins, my opinion is that this niche will have its moment in the sun before facing a bit of a correction. Now, they'll probably pick up the next time a big AI company gets valued, right, at a crazy valuation. Remember too, that crypto coins, you don't actually own the underlying company. So your token can accrue in value if demand for that token rises due to demand to use it in the platform, since in many cases the tokens are used to purchase AI services or to get access to some kind of data on those particular platforms. So similar to growth stocks, the price could increase if the platform does do well, but you gotta remember, it's not a stock. You don't have any rights as a token holder. You're not probably gonna get any kind of dividends. So if the company's making tens of millions of dollars a year, it doesn't necessarily equate into token price going up all the time. Now, I personally do not own any AI coins, although I think it is an area that is gonna have those big hype and narrative cycles that it goes through and potentially make a bit of money for speculators. Another big area of narrative and hype that we are seeing and moving towards, of course, new chains. Remember, Solana came out during a bear market, 66 cents back in the day, and many hot new chains are actually coming out right now during this bear market, which could be the next Solanas or whatever. Aptos, for example, had a massive move since I last talked about it, but it made that move without me. Missed that one. I was waiting to buy lower. I got greedy at the bottom, I guess, and didn't buy at 350, but it did prove the theory that Aptos was gonna pump. Everyone was looking at it to be the next Solana, and while Aptos, for me, that ship has kind of sailed with this massive pump, the next big things could be coming soon. Sui, Celestia, Say, Shardium, Myria, Partizia, Arbitrum. When these tokens release, and many other chains beside those, these could be the next big things, the next big ones to pump, the big money makers in the market. And many of them are currently running test nets, which if you participate in, can result in you getting free coins just for a few clicks of the button every week. Did you know that Solana testnet participants got 3,500 Sol coins each? Crazy. At the top of the bull run, those were worth almost $1 million for pressing some frickin' buttons, man. That's crazy. One of the coins I just mentioned right there could be the next one to do that. Now, we cover testnets, airdrops, and many other opportunities from farming and NFT mints every single week in the Wealth Mastery newsletter. Are you signed up yet? It's free. You can sign up for free. So stop missing out on these kind of crazy money-making opportunities with these airdrops and these testnets. It's nuts. Use the link down below in the description to get signed up and stop missing out. Next, of course, we need to talk about perpetual swaps. Decentralized perpetual swaps. This has been a really big narrative that's taken off majorly since the FTX collapse. And this kind of rolls into a larger growing narrative of real yield coins. But we're seeing some real gains for these, some strong revenue coming through for token holders from coins like GMX, and that's of course what you want in a real yield coin. This is because stakers of the coin and those providing liquidity into the platforms like GMX, as well as others like Gains Network, are actually getting paid out trading fees. So you hold the tokens, you stake the tokens, you actually get money, real cash money, or Ethereum or Avalanche or whatever, paid into your wallet. These platforms make money from trading fees and they pass it on to token holders. It's awesome. I mean, that's going to be a good narrative for a while moving forward, I think, as we see different players jostling to be the number one and new players launching. And a lot of them are going to be crap. Most are going to crash and burn. A few will not, and they will go on to make massive, massive money for early investors. Keep an eye on this space. That leads me on to talking about decentralized finance. We're seeing a raft of announcements from major DeFi players surrounding, different big upgrades to their protocols and to their tokens. For example, we have Synthetics V3 coming up. Aave V3 is set to go. They're of course launching their Go stablecoin in the not so distant future. Trader Joe is launching on Binance chain. We have Curve Finance, which is likely to launch their stablecoin basically any day now. Now, DeFi can be very cyclical, right? There's lots of ups and downs. Many of the tokens had no real reason to hold them in the past. They're just governance tokens, but we are starting to see some of these coins expanding into real yield narratives. We're actually holding the coin is going to pay you money, meaning that token holders will actually have a reason to hold the damn tokens and are actually going to benefit from being token holders financially instead of just hoping the number goes up because somebody somewhere wants to govern the platform. DeFi is going to be massive, and I, for one, would not want to bet against the disruptive power of decentralized finance. And finally, something to keep an eye on is Matic. Matic, for one very specific reason. Polygon is going to be releasing a major scaling product for Ethereum called ZK EVM, which will leverage the Matic token. Now, once the release date is actually announced, I am speculating that we could see a buy the rumor, sell the news kind of rally forming up for the Matic token as a result of that. Certainly something to keep an eye on, right? Could be a narrative playing out in 2023. Okay, that's it. Subscribe now. See you next time.